Alrighty, so it's St. Patrick's Day, and I couldn't think of a better sneaker to pull out for the occasion than these. So if you couldn't tell by the title, or really the box that I'm showing you, this is a pair of Dunks. These are back from 2013, or this tape box era. You can tell by the box it's a little faded because they are old. Take a look at the box tag. It says Pine-Green-Metallic-Gold. I think that's Gorge Green, and I don't even know what the last thing is. If you open up the box, you get your standard wood grain paper, and here, these things are the St. Patrick's Day Nike SB Dunk Highs. So you guys may or may not have seen these on the channel. I highlighted them briefly in a dunk pickup video that I made a few months back. But I figure with it being St. Patrick's Day, I could give them a quick little feature because it's the shoe that I'll be wearing indoors today, obviously, because I'm home, work from home, no reason to really go out. So these came out in March of 2013, so about 8 years ago now, and I believe they released it as a quick strike at skate shops. Nike SB is always big on doing concepts and themes, and if you couldn't tell by this primarily green upper, it's reflective of the green color that you'll normally see thrown around for St. Patrick's Day. Getting to the upper materials, it's all primarily in this smooth leather. I wouldn't say 2013 was anywhere near the golden era of SB quality, because the leather on these things is pretty bad. The smooth leather on here is just, I don't know, it's pretty stiff to the touch. It sort of feels like Jordan 1 low or Jordan 1 mid materials of 2021. If you guys have a pair of those, you'll know that the leather is sort of on the stiffer side. And although there is like a decent grain to it, doesn't always mean the most quality, and I think that's the case here. For what they are skateboarding shoes after all. And I think the material is meant to withstand the extremities of skateboarding, not so much casual wear. In a darker green around the ankle collar here is a ballistic nylon. So it's like the Jordan 1 Pine Greens that I have, that material on the green part. It's a ballistic nylon. You could hear it, and through the shots as well, you could see the texture to it. And speaking of texture, the contrast color on here is gold, obviously again for St. Patrick's Day. It's a tumbled leather on the Nike swoosh, and again, it's a very similar idea. It's a tumbled finish, but the leather quality itself is not the greatest. Your contrast hits of gold continue at the tongue tag. A Zoom Air is tagged on there in a gold. Otherwise, the inner lining of the sneaker, the mesh tongue is all in this sort of green color. Closing out the sneaker is a white rubber midsole and your green rubber outsole. So if you could tell by the shot on here, these things are in super crazy condition, worn maybe a handful of times, and from me, these only get wear maybe once a year on this day. As far as fit goes, I went to my true size of a 9.5, and they fit a little tight around the toe here, and it's mainly because this era of SB is super padded. And when you combine that with the rougher materials, it definitely is a snug fit. I think I should have gotten these in a 10, but the 9.5 was the deal at hand, and that's what I have to live with. So I don't mind a bit of the pinky rub, and I assume the more and more you wear these things, they'll break in and conform to your feet better. Comfort is standard SB Dunk, so it's a step up from Nike Sportswear Dunks because of the Zoom Air that is placed on the insole. So the comfort's a step up. I wouldn't say it's crazy runner comfort, but you know, for what it is, it's a great sneaker. As far as wearability goes, I think it's a great sneaker, obviously, again, for St. Patrick's Day. And maybe if you're a big Boston Celtics fan, if you're heading to a game over there, this would be a sneaker to pull out. Otherwise, the green is pretty bold. You have to wear pretty much all neutral colors if you want to pull these off on a day that isn't St. Patrick's Day. I think this is definitely a nice collector's piece for sure, more than anything. The wearability sort of takes a back seat for me, as I'm only wearing them, you know, a handful of times in the year. So if you want a pair like this one, I think it's going to be extremely difficult. Given that they're 8 years old now, the chances of you finding them in like a really nice condition and not paying crazy resale prices, it'll be tough. Lucky for me, I found these for a great deal, and you probably could too if you just keep your eye out. But at the end of the day, if you pay what you think a sneaker's worth, then more power to you. It's definitely worth it then. And a little more backstory on these things too. These Dunk Highs are a sequel to the St. Patrick's Day Dunk Lows in that white and green color. I forget when those released. I want to say 2005, correct me if I'm wrong in editing. These are obviously the sequel to that. I think in 2013 these things were pretty easy to grab because the dunk market wasn't so crazy as it is now in 2020, 2021 era. I have an alternate dunk that I may pull out also for St. Patrick's Day. They're the Guinness Dunk Highs that I actually have in the stacks back there. I'll insert some clips of how they look. But the Guinness Dunk High would be another great alternative to this one on St. Patrick's Day. That pair I find to be more wearable for day-to-day usage, just given it's all black and brown. These two dunks, highlight of my day. Let me know what you guys think of these things. Do you own a pair? Do you remember them coming out? I'd love to chat about it in the comments. Otherwise, there's not really much else to talk about. If you're new to the channel, welcome, subscribe. I have a bunch of sneaker content just like this throughout, so it'd be great if you guys check it out. It'd also be great if you could drop a like as well. It really goes a long way in helping me grow. Also check me out on Instagram. I'm posting a bunch of pictures just like this one. And yeah, just trying to get the follower count up over there as well. That's a wrap for this one. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys in the next video. Peace.